Hello everybody, my name is Cheesebait, welcome to another episode of Super Mario Galaxy. So, now that we technically completed the game, we didn't actually complete the game, I'll explain that next week, but for now, let's get into the library, because today's the library episode. We're here to read a story, okay? Rose is here, all the Lumas are gathered around a book, let's begin the story, okay? And today's just gonna be all me doing voice acting chops, so let's have a fun one. Let me turn the volume up on my TV because this is a very sad story and I want to get into the mood. Chapter 1, The Celestial Duo. Our story begins a very, very long time ago with a young girl. One day, this girl spotted a rusted spaceship holding her small star child. That star child was very chonky, and because of that, Rosa didn't like her. What's your name? What's your name? Are you lost? The girl asked the star child. I want to make fun of you. I'm Luma. I'm waiting for Mama. She's coming for me on the Comet, said the star child, who had been waiting day and night. Little did she know, she was talking to her Mama herself, because she can time travel. Don't worry, I'll wait with you, the little girl promised Luma. And every night, at nightfall, the little girl borrowed her father's telescope and peered into the sky. She looked and looked, but she saw nothing. Hours turned into days, and then years, but still the sky revealed nothing. Finally, the girl sighed and said to the Luma, If we stay here looking much longer, I'll be an old lady soon. But she had an idea. Why don't we go out there and find your mother ourselves? She discovered a towed spaceship. She fixed it up, and then the two set sail into the starry sky, and this is how the search for the Celestial Mother began. They soon realized that traveling faster than the speed of light allows them to age much slower than the rest of the universe because of physics. But that's just a theory. A Starbits theory. Chapter 2. Days passed, with no sight of the comet or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extended for as far as the eye could see. If I had just known that it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam, said the little girl, above the rumble of the belly. Wait, what? Before they left, she had packed all the essentials. Telescope, butterfly net, stuffed bunny, bread, milk, jam, and apricot-flavored tea. But she soon realized that she did not have her limited... I can't make that joke on this channel. Okay. I forgot to bring water! At this, the Luma burst into gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. Stop making fun of me! Wait, I'm doing the wrong voice. Stop making fun of me! I'm gonna end up... I'm gonna end up dehydrated and dying. Do you want to see me dead? As long as I have the star bits, I'll be fine, said the Luma. Want some? And the girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. The Luma continued to laugh, and the girl couldn't help but join in. Alright, maybe a nibble. Leaning out far from the starship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell out a few times, but they kept on collecting. The starbits tasted like honey. Mario, what you doing when you're dying? You could survive with the starbits. And speaking of starbits, Chapter 3, The Comet. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise blue comet shimmering at her. The girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, We have to get to that comet! And the pair descended on the comet, and they found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but the Luma's mother was nowhere to be found, because why would they look on the first comet that they find? Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. Look! Oh wait, look! Peering down to the icy ground where the Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed the clusters of starbits encased in the ice. Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty, said the Luma, beaming. There's ice here, but they're so warm. I'll bet there's water here too. And the two decided to stay on the comet for a while. She did not realize that it only takes 5 seconds to walk across the planet. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for the Luma's mother. And then they died. The end. No. Chapter 4. Do-do-do-do. I might be just making dream jokes. It's like, you know what, whatever. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. Where are you going? She asked, her mother retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night. I just also happen to be Rosalina from the future, which means that she gives birth to her own daughter. We're not going to address that. I mean, look, it's either that or Rosalina's parents are Luigi and Peach, which I don't want to think about the ramifications of that, so we're just going to move right along. A wave of sadness washed over the girl. What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or moon? Her mother thought for a moment before responding. Heh. I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry. Oh, yeah. But when she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. You have star bits in your eyes, said Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, These are tears, not star bits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother again. And Nintendo fans will never figure out who my mother actually is. Is she Sans? At this, Luma began to cry too. Yeah, mama, wah, 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 wah. Okay. The pair traveled through the starry skies, and they encountered many other comets. Not one of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. No, Luma. The rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying, said the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. I'll give you a present if you stop. The girl closed her eyes and said gently, I'll take care of you. And with these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5. Home. Okay, freaking... I'm sorry, I recently finished playing Undertale, that series, so, when I think of home, all I can think of is do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, the freaking home theme. The kitchen will go here, and the library will go over there, the girl said, as she invented bricks out of thin air. Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she's been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it'll be worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that starbits weren't the only thing buried in the ice. There were Deus Ex Machinas and a lot of furniture. Turns out that this planet was made by IKEA. Wow! Look at how easy the instructions are. Look at this complete house. Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us? With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate. It was certainly spacious, but something seemed to be missing. Me needing to blow my nose. Cut this part out, future me, hopefully. If only my father, brother, and mother were here, the girl said wistfully. Wait, that means Rosalina has a brother? Hey, Nintendo? Yeah, you want to address this? No? Oh, they're all dead. Well, I know, yeah. Never mind. Indeed, the house was too large for 2 small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep thinking about whether she should charge rent for the stuffed bunny. Chapter 6. Friends. One day, while the girl sat sipping her tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. Do you know each other? The girl asked the 2 Lumas gleefully. Despite the girl's excitement, they seemed uneasy. The 2 Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. Mama! At once, the apricot Luma parroted back, Mama! The 2 Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh. And that's when something strange happened. A whole flurry of Lumas began to pop out of the apricot planet. They were all of different colors. I'm not going to make a joke about that, but they all shouted the same thing. My mama, my boy. The sight of all the shouting Lumas made the one girl laugh harder. What am I going to do with all these children? I don't know, man. You have like semi, hemi, demi, septu, septennial octuplets. The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you. You'll be Dreamstan. You'll be Dreamstan number 2. You'll be XX Roxy Loves Gregory number 21. And you'll be Fred. And you'll be Imposter Fred. And you're Cowman. Tomorrow, once she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving to the Lumas into the new house. This was actually just an allegory for the Bible. Chapter 7. And on the 7th day she rested on the telescope. Okay, no more jokes. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. I wonder if that comet's actually me from the past. And I wonder if my home planet still as blue as it was. I'm willing to bet if I can travel faster than time, then I can see my father's telescope again. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight, but it was smaller than a starbit. How strange, it's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the telescope, and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill, dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. I used to go stargazing there when I lived on my home planet. She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up on that hill to look on the stars. Even during the winters, she would remember how she went with her brother to sled down that hill. Wait, that's a Mario Luigi reference. Are Mario and Luigi actually the brothers of Rosalina and Peach is the parent? That's a game theory confirmed. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on bright and windy days. And she started crying. I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The girl burst into tears and the Lumas didn't know what to do. I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by the hill. I want to see my mother. Well, I mean, Rosalina, as long as you didn't hit any checkpoints, if you die right now, you'll just respawn back at Mushroom Kingdom. That's all I'm saying. And the girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along she wasn't out there in the sky. Because she's sleeping under the tree on the hill. Game theory, are you sure Peach is her mom? I don't know, she seems pretty, under the tree. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8. The Wish. Final chapter, if I do believe so. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew close and tried to comfort her. Mama, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama, because she's part of you, and that means she's always close by. Genetically, that's true. It's like me. I love Starbits because they remind me of my mama. No, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. Look at me, I'm a marketable plush. A lonely look flickered across the Luma's face, but it was soon replaced by a wide grin. I have an idea. I'll transform into a comet. A soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey. And just like that, the Luma, trailing bands of white, soared high into the sky and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! Kablam! As the ground shook, a bright light poured into the crater that the Luma had created. And out of that, the bands of light twisted together to form a comet trail. And a comet tail. I mean, same difference. And then the Luma emerged, reborn as a comet. And the girl could scarcely believe her eyes. But how? She kept asking. Our destiny as Lumas is to transform into different things, said the red Luma, who had suddenly appeared. Stars comets, planets. We can become all sorts of things. Is that so?
When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile,
said the green Luma. Oh, is that a reference to green stars? A blue Luma chimed in. That Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he? Funniest thing I've ever seen. And just like that, all of the Lumas together said,
"No more crying, Mama."
"Thank you," said the girl in a whisper, and she pulled all the Lumas and hugged them. Then she was suffocated to death, because from that day on, starbits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. And every day, every 100 years, the comet set forth for the girl's home planet, its long tail blazing proudly behind it. Oh, we have another chapter. Final chapter, family. Okay, so it is 9 chapters. Chapter 9, Vin Diesel. With its many Lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and the Lumas were proud to call it home. At a welcoming party for a Luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, All right, everyone, let's make a cake sprinkled with star bits, and then it'll be a star cake. You gotta cook by the book." The Lumas excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Lumas scurry about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, "This is my family now, and I will have to stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest. And when they do leave, I'll see them off with a smile, because that's what makes a mother happiest." That night, when the girl lay down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. "Would it be very nice to return home every once in 100 years, to nap in my favorite sleeping nook?" And from that day, the comet carrying the Lumas and the girl continues on its journey every day. With more family members in tow than can be counted, it's said that the comet visits the girl's home every 100 years, its proud white tail glittering in the sky. That's the end.
Wow, what a beautiful story!
That's all. My story is finished.
Yes.
Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Unfortunately, I mean, we can go back into the book and then open the book like this and open the different chapters if needed. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because I already read all of them. But that's how it works. And that's why, you know, periodically we've been getting, you know, unlocking different chapters. I mean, Galaxy's been out for long enough for you guys to know how this works. Unfortunately, the room is not very spacious. Like, you can barely see anything. Literally, this only exists just so you can get a little bit of lore dumps. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back either next week or later this week, depending on how I'm scheduling all this, with the, hopefully, Super Luigi Galaxy, which I will be essentially doing a speed run of. Not actually a speed run, but just trying to get all the stars as quickly as possible. So, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.